It
Well,
varies,
speaking
yeah.
of different stuff, we have a quick game.
We want to do a rapid fire.
Yeah.
Dine in or dine out?
Dine in.
Dine. Oh man, it really depends, but I'm gonna say dine out.
Okay, okay.
Okay. Chicago or Champagne?
Chicago.
Oh, okay, okay. Performing at the Grammys or performing at the Super Bowl?
Performing at the Grammys.
Hmm. That for me, it would be like as what? As an artist or as
That is
a
a good
supporting
question.
vocalist? Like
I
it's
know that's hard to. I mean, my question was really just the atmosphere in itself. I know it might all feel like the same thing, but like what did you feel? You know what I'm saying? I mean, obviously the environment, you're indoor, you're outdoor. Let's just go with this year. Well, this year you didn't perform; you were assisting. So maybe the times you did perform at the Super Bowl.
We performed for events for both weekends.
Right. You did the gospel event,
For
right?
events
yeah,
themselves.
yeah. Uh,
I'm gonna stick with what I said.
I'll
What'd you say? Grammys?
He
Okay.
said Grammys.
Grammys.
I'll say, yeah, I'll say Grammys too.
Who were you guys with? Was it Ed? Who was it at the Grammys? With Alicia?
Grammys, we did the BMC Recording Academy honors.
Black Music Collective honors.
So they honor
Oh.
Mariah Carey, Lenny Kravitz.
and we saw
Yes.
Yeah.
Just to name a few, just slouches. You know what I'm saying? No. Oh man. Well, you have this one.
Asia or Europe? I just came up
Ooh.
with two.
Asia or
Europe?
Europe.
Mm.
Babe,
I
this
might-
is not rap.
I might have. This is not
No,
rapid.
it's not.
Not at all. I'll say
That's so
Asia.
funny. You'll say Asia. What part of Asia, Whitney?
I'm still learning, but I love Asian food. So
Hilarious.
And
Bro-
what part of Europe?
Yeah. I was about to say, bro, what part of Europe? Because I know mine.
I would say Portugal.
Hmm.
Portuguese?
Have you been?
No,
Although-
but my mom speaks Portuguese. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Although I do prefer the Middle East, the United Emirates, more than
that's probably that's both of our more than any of those. Yeah.
Are you talking about the plane ride? Is that what you're talking like the first class ticket?
talking about Dubai,
Abu Dhabi.
Oh yes, yeah. I just told you they were at Abu
Mentioned that.
Dhabi.
That
Yeah, I was
was
like, I know
mentioned.
y'all were
That's-
just there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's why we can say that more so than any other ones
Any
now, because
other
we
place.
haven't been to Asia in a long time, haven't been to Europe in a while, but Middle East is like where it's at right now.
You're always welcome to Taiwan. Ni hao.
love to.
Listen, don't threaten us
We
with
would
a
love
good
to.
time.
Oh no. We would love to have you guys. I just wanted to before because we're wrapping up. I wanted you to just tell the audience just a little bit about your academy in a few words, because I think that's important for them to know your initiative that you're starting with other artists who would like to do what you're doing.
Yes. Why did you start it and so on?
Okay, so we started Get More Gigs Academy. It's an online 90-day virtual program where we train vocalists to do what we've been doing for so many years, which is singing as supporting vocalists, singing background for artists around the world. We literally are pouring our experience because we know that had we had people like us when we started, we would have avoided a lot of pitfalls. We would have been maybe even better stewards of the opportunities in the earlier years and even the money that we got. So our purpose, our heart is to literally prepare, develop, cultivate, and train artists, vocalists in a way that we know would make them read like how we read in the
Yeah,
industry. It's a standard.
disciple them into the standard and developing. And the beta started in 2020 when everything stopped. But that what the 2020 wasn't when we got the call, like spiritually, to do it. It's just when we made time to do it. And God had already told us to start it. And then it was like, now you got time, all the time in the world to go ahead and create these courses and stuff. So, but then that developed into Get More Gigs Academy, the 90-day program. And once the 90-day program is complete, it also is like a phase 2 of mentorship program. And so with the mentorship program, they also get a shadowing experience. So they can come to one of our rehearsals, they get to sit in, they get to meet the band, and then like go to a show potentially. Like some of our students have went to Soul Train Awards. We had 2 of our mentees go to Soul Train Award, and they got to go to the whole process.
They were in rehearsal.
They were in rehearsals with us. They had their own in-ears and packs. They got to hear what we were doing. They also had homework because we also teach them how we learn music, how we're flexible, how to be flexible when things change. So they had to implement that in real time, helping us. So they had to prepare us for our rehearsals. Like we've given you guys our template, so this is homework, although you're here for the shadowing experience. And it was us meeting them for the very first time in person. So they get an experience of learning how we do. It goes back to that how again, because there are a lot of amazing sopranos, altos, and tenors, and people contact us all the time like, I want to do a gig, but it's like, come through the program, because we're also building and getting to know people, because after all of that and with the growing and training and stuff, we are still paying attention to who the personality and character, because that's a part of our purpose. It's not just to contract singers, but it's to develop and disciple them into a standard so they can be prepared to know who they are when they're in the room. So all the kingdom aspect, it is definitely like kingdom based. Like they get all this understanding as well, because it's like you can't just go in a room if you don't really understand who you are, so that you're not doing comparison, you're not second guessing yourself, you're not overthinking, you're not, so we deal with a lot of internal things when we for the beginning of the 90-day program. Then we get into the teaching of singing and performance and stuff, because you have to deal with that internal part, at least introduce them to the notion of how important it is, so then they have a better understanding of the more surface singing and performance aspects. Internal stuff does affect that, but we're being the bridge. It's like a lot of people want to get in it, but they don't know how to be in it.